Hello guys, welcome to another weekly analysis. In this video, what we are trying to analyze will be GBPUSD. So we'll be breaking down from the higher time frame. Then higher time frame will give us the directional bias from the higher time frame. Then we can now scale down to lower time frame for our entry. So for me as a swing trader, sometimes I used to look at monthly to see what monthly is actually doing and the potential opportunity, because I want to see how far the market can easily go, so that once I can establish that, I'll be able to trade in that direction. So, and sometimes ago I came here probably like 3-4 months ago. Then I analyzed what GBPUSD is doing, and I discovered that we are at the point that was about 2-3 months ago. 2-3 months ago, we are at the point where GBPUSD should be preparing for reversal, because if you look at it throughout the whole year, we've been bullish. So let's dive into it, and it's very simple. This is monthly time frame, and you can see that if you are looking at it directly, we can see that it's clear that monthly time frame GBPUSD is bearish. As you can see, we look bearish from here. So, and for some people they will say, okay, break of structure, and so on. So the way people analyze charts are different. And before we go deep into this, I want to establish the fact that trading or chart analysis is nothing but a perspective. So it doesn't mean that someone is right or someone is wrong. It depends on what someone is seeing based on their experience and based on the time they've spent with the chart. So it's about perspective, and my perspective is my perspective. It doesn't necessarily mean that it should be everybody's perspective, as long as it's working for me. So that's the fact that that's what established the fact that all strategy works. Nobody knows it all. What makes the difference is just the level of the experience we've had. But when it comes to charting, all strategy work. It depends on who is using it. So this is my own perspective when it comes to chart analysis, and I've been using it for years and it has been working. So as an SMC trader, for example, let me just give you a little breakdown. I want to see where the market break the structure. So first of all, last pullback must be taken out, then market must break below. So in this simple illustration now, if you look at it, we all understand that liquidity is what moves the market. And if you see here, it means there is a liquidity here. So probably maybe market has taken the liquidity here and market drops. So that's just the basic thing. I want the market to go back again, take the liquidity here, then drop. That's what I want to see. So I want the market to keep repeating those process. And funny enough, this thing work in all time frame. I've been using it for a long time, like years, and it works in all time frame. So it shows that if you can work in monthly, if you can work in weekly, if you can work in daily, up to 1 minute, it means that I have a right perspective in the market. So all I need to do is to just master it and use it to make money out of the market. So let's dive into this charting. I will analyze it from the monthly time frame. So if you are looking at it from this angle, the obvious change of character, the obvious level that we can see that the market take out, which confirm break of structure, will be this. Why? Because I said for every break of structure there must be Y. This is the last pullback that the market did. Market did this pullback, then come back for it. Probably market mitigate something here as our decision at POI. So it established the fact that this low, this is the lowest level, this low must be protected. So anything below this level, it shows that market is what? Market has changed character, and you can see this level still hold, because this is the lowest swing point that the market did before it broke this structure. So, and you can see if we are to mark, this level can easily be our major inducement. So, and you need that. And if you are trying to buy here, probably here like this. Remember, this is monthly time frame, so nobody is going to buy here. So when you come here, you go to the lower time frame and go and be looking for your buy setup. So in a nutshell, market gives more direction and boom. When the market sweep this level, this hasn't been the change of character. But after market now come below here, then that's where we confirm below here, then that's where we confirm our change of character. This is not break of structure. This is a change of character for this structure that we had. So then what does market supposed to do? We are expecting the market to probably come back for this inducement. If you can see it clearly, we are expecting the market, because this is the last pullback before this change of character confirmed. So we are expecting market to come back for this inducement. But what does market do? Market created another move to the upside and sweep this low. So you can see it means that market created another inducement. So it's not necessary that market must close before the inducement must close, but market must play below this current level. So we now look for inducement because market refused to take this inducement. So as you can see, when market is coming to this level, market created pullback, then now sweep this low. So it means that this high will be our current inducement for monthly time frame. So, and this high still remain our swing high, this level, because this is the high that the market created last. So, but you can see what the market did. Market had to go back and mitigate, probably take out this inducement and mitigate this POI, which can serve as our decisional POI, and this level will serve as our extreme POI, this level. So, and you can see market responded to the decisional POI and now give us break of structure. So now that we have break of structure here, it's a very simple thing. It means that this high is not valid again for now, because market can still get there and react, but based on the structure, we are not looking to buy or sell there. So then it means that this high will be our high, because that's where the market got to then react to the downside. So we had a break of structure here like this. We had a break of structure. Let me mark this correctly. We had a break of structure here. Why? Because inducement was taken out, then mitigation happened. The concept is, if you look at this attempt, I said this is not a break of structure. Why? Because no inducement here, and market refused to close. But that's not even the reason. The major reason is because no inducement there. But look at this. When market sweep this level and it went back, take out inducement and close back, the market finally closed with body candle, with full candle close. So it's not a sweep, it closed below this level. So for us to confirm our break of structure, first of all, it must have an inducement. Secondly, it must close below the last swing low, which is this level. So that's what confirm our break of structure. So if I want to draw it like this, let's say we have something like this, market went back, and you see what the market do. Oh, sorry. So it's like this. So let's say we have something like this, market went back then. So you can see that it's still the same process, inducement taking our market close below. So we should understand that by now. If you don't, I have videos in my channel that have explained it, so you can watch for better understanding. Or if you don't have it, if you have any other concern, probably you didn't get what I explained better, you can just drop a message. Maybe I can do another video to explain it better for you guys. So, and as you can see, after we had break of structure here, this high is confirmed to be our high, then this low will now be our low. But before we add this low to be our low, why? We must figure out where is our inducement. And as you can see, when market is coming down, market is creating small pullback. This is the last pullback that the market did, and boom. So you can see this is our inducement. So it means that market must come back to come and take this inducement before we can mark this low. Why? Because you can see that sometimes market will give another direction and come down. So this will serve as our inducement, but that's not in this scenario. So we have our inducement check here. So immediately the market come down, take this inducement out, we confirm this low as our low. So it means that we had a trading range from this high to this high in monthly time frame. So after we confirm our inducement, the next thing is to allow the market to take out the inducement. And after market take out the inducement, the next thing is to look for our valid order block. And if you look at it closely, we seems to only have one order block here, because it's the only for order block to be confirmed, to be valid, it has to have what? We have to have fair value gap. So, and if you want to trace it from up, you can see there is no fair value gap here, despite the fact that, and plus the fact that we don't even have valid pullback. This is the only place that we had valid pullback. This level is the only place. If you look at this closely, this is the only place that we had valid pullback, and this place. So the first one we serve as inducement, and the second one we serve as our POI, depending on how the position. So you can see, so if you are to take this last buying momentum to this side, you can see, but this is not what, this is not our POI. The POI, because this candle does not have inducement, it does not have fair value gap, sorry. So you can see, it means that we will move it to the next one that has fair value gap. So which is this? So where is our fair value gap? You can see that we had a fair value gap from here. This level is our fair value gap. So, and if we are to look at it again, all this is our order flow. So market respond to both your order flow and your order block. You can watch the video about order flow and you can see the difference. So this is the order flow, and both are valid POIs for us. So order block is a refinement of order flow. It's a block, but order flow is all the movement that give us that order flow. So you can see market responded to the order block and reacted. But what we see is that market went back because probably market still need more liquidity. And if you look at the extreme, this will serve as our decisional order block or decisional order flow. We can see that we don't have any other valid order block here again. So in this scenario, what markets usually do is markets will take this level, seems to serve as another liquidity. So that's why you see sometimes markets sweep this level. So market mitigate this order flow, responded to this order flow, and still holding, this order flow is still holding the market. So, and as you can see, market struggle, but because there's no other POI, we should be looking for sell inside this order flow. So the next scenario that can happen is probably maybe market will give a small direction and now sweep the major high. So if market sweep the major high because there is money here, then we can now see aggressive move to the downside. But as it is now, what we are doing is that market is still responding to our order flow, which is a valid level to say we want to do what? We want to buy and you want to sell. So now that we know that this is a POI, what are we going to do? We can easily go to our daily time frame and see what the market is doing in our daily time frame. So, and what we do is we mark the structure towards to this order flow, and we don't really have to care about what the market does before it gets here, but we need to care about the structure and the behavior of the market when the market gets to this level. So that's why I won't be able to mark it up from back, because it's of no use in this analysis. So I can mark the obvious one and let you guys see it. You can see, let me say I started from this level. you can see it's very obvious. You can see, okay, let's say this is the major break of structure that the market did, major one, and this low supposed to be protected because this is the last swing low in daily time frame. Then you can see market come down there. Sorry, you can see that market come down there to this last order block and last extreme order block, and did what? And reacted. So this is what happened throughout this year. Market has been buying throughout this year to this order block again. So in daily time frame, you can see that we had another break of structure here. So as long as the market hasn't invalidated the order flow, then the structure is still, the daily time frame uptrend is still intact. But what will give us a reason to start selling is when our daily time frame structure starts shifting from bullish to the bearish. So because we can't just start selling from the higher time frame, from the monthly time frame. So it means that we have what? We have our structure from this is our high, this is our high, then this is our low. This level is our high, this level is our low. So, and now that when market close above here to confirm break of structure in daily time frame, to confirm break of structure, then what does market do again? As I said, you can see that market come back for a very small inducement, which is a very last pullback before break of structure. So this is like a daily inducement. So let me mark it. I think daily high DM. So you can see then what does market do again? Market close above. Market close above here again to confirm another structure. So you can see that we have another daily break of structure here. So a lot of people will be waiting for this level, but this level has, this structure has shifted from this level, from this low to the high, to the upper structure, which is, this will now be our recent low that the market must protect. So anything below here will confirm change of character. Because of what? This is like the scenario that happened. Market did something like this. Sorry, I want to draw it. Market did something like this. Market did something like this and come to the extreme and do something like this. Boom. So it means that we have break of structure here. Then anything that make market to come below here and responded and mitigate this level and break the structure like this, it means that this low is not valid again. This is going to be our new low. So our trading range will be from here. So anything that make the market to break this low, we have change of character. So that's just what I'm trying to explain, and that's what plays out here in this GU scenario. So and you can look at it from this angle. When markets got to this level, although there's no other block here, so that's when I started paying attention to the what market will do or what market is doing. So now that we first of all understand that we are in a monthly POI, it means that we are expecting a reaction from monthly POI if it's going to hold, and what is going to confirm that level is going to hold for us is just daily time frame confirmation, change of character. That's what will tell us that this level is ready to hold. So, and as you can see, when markets break this structure, market created another movement for us like this, then push up. A lot of people will be marking this level as break of structure. Why? Because market take out this inducement. But because this movement does not create any inducement, it means that we use this low as an inducement because it does not create inducement. In whichever way we need an inducement for us to either buy or to sell. So that's why I mark this level as the last, because it's just as good as market did this, then push up, then come back from it, then continue if you want to continue going up. So first of all, first thing that I notice is, remember we are in a monthly POI, inside monthly POI. But first thing I noticed is after market created this low, we do not have, okay, we only have one other block here. So, and market invalidate that other block. So that make me to be skeptical and say, okay, let's see what market wants to do. But before that, market refused to break below here. So I'm still holding that this structure is still intact. And I see a direction, and market went up, refused to close above here to give us a new break of structure like this. This is what I was expecting the market to do after reacting from this level to break the structure, but market was unable to do that. It means the market is becoming weak. The bullish momentum is becoming weak, and gradually you can see that market fell down, like change the character here. So we had a change of character, and this confirmed that monthly POI is holding for us. The POI is preparing to hold for us. So, and when we have the change of character here, it's changed my bias from buying GU to selling GU, because it's aligned with what monthly is doing, and it also confirmed by giving me change of character in daily time frame. So this is just the analysis for GU, and if you look at it, if you go back to our monthly time frame, you can see we have a lot of reasons to start looking for sell in this market. You can see when market got there, you can see that when market got there, we had a very strong bearish engulfing candle. When I saw this bearish engulfing candle, I knew that any pullback is just to go and fulfill the gap, or to just go and try and retest that level, then we'll definitely drop. Bearish engulfing candle in monthly time frame is not a joke. So it's just, all those are just the confirmation, but as an SMC trader, I don't really need to care, but we don't really care about the candle. It's just an added advantage for us, but we, as long as we follow our plan, then every other thing is fine. So so as you can see, so I think I saw someone that analyzed daily time, that was using daily time frame, that analyzed this chart and was trying to probably buy from here. I think, yes, buy from here. I think it's Dapo Willis or so. So so he has his own valid reason to do that, but for me as an SMC trader, I know there is an issue here, because market is trading inside monthly POI, and that trade that is trying to place might be risky. We are not joking, this is monthly POI, so we don't mess with monthly POI. Look at this, for example, look at this level, look at this, look at when market mitigates this level. This is the monthly POI. See what market did. We were selling throughout. If you look at it since May 2021, around May 2021, that's July 2021, May, June, July 2021, and we sold off to 2022 September. That's over 1 year. So, so that's why you don't joke. Now look at it. If this level wants to hold now, it means that I'm I'm projecting about one about 2,500 pips down, almost 2,500 pips down to this GU. So if you can see that, and we have a valid reason, this might take years, this might happen throughout next year or 2 years to come, but this will help you even if you are trying to buy or sell, but you will have it at the back of your mind that you are selling towards the direction of what the higher time frame have told you. Though I had a trade on this, but my analysis, when I did the analysis, remember before monthly, before daily, we give you change of character. You'll have get that change of character from 1 hour, then 4 hours, then before it now gets to daily. So, and because I was using 4 hours as one of my structure, I discovered that um, the market presented me an entry from here, and I have an entry from this level, and I'm still holding some of the position now. So I sold from here. If I'm to show you, let me show you. So you can see that I had an entry from this level, 4 hours time frame. I had an entry from this level. I think this is not the chart. I have the entry here. Okay, you can see I have the entry from this level. I'm still holding it because of what? I think I dropped the video sometimes last week or this week, because 4 hours has confirmed change of character, and I was able to identify my decisional smart money trap, and I execute my trade from this angle. So, and I've been holding this position since then. So, and as a swing trader, I don't care how long the market will take, I'll still hold it as long as my directional bias is correct. So that's it for this video. So what are we expecting next? So what we are expecting next is just very, very simple. You can see that we had a change of character. First thing you need to expect is what? Is to look for your inducement. And if you are looking at it, this seems to be our major inducement. This is another inducement, but this is a very minor inducement. But in order not to confuse people, this is the last pullback that the market did. Before, this is the last pullback that the market did before we had this change of character. So anything that make this market to come above here, to come here, it means that this low will be confirmed. So next thing we are going to do is to look for our POI. First POI, this one has been mitigated. Then this is the extreme POI. That is high probability. And if we are to look at the decisional, let's look. I think yes, this is a POI close to, this is our decisional POI. This is low probability, as I used to explain. The low probability for us, but doesn't mean that it doesn't hold. So you just need to wait for confirmation before you execute your trade there. So, but this is the high probability. So anything that make the market come to this level, then I will sell this market, and maybe that's when we'll see the real move that the market is presenting. So this is it for GU. So remember, this is just daily time frame POI. So I'm not expecting you guys to be selling from here in terms of using daily. So what you need to do is to just, when the market gets to this level, when the market gets to this first POI, you can go to your lower time frame, maybe 1 hour, and see, maybe you see change of character, inducement confirmed, then POI, you set to this level. And if this level fail, you wait for the same process, then you set to this level. So that's just it for this video. This video is already too long than I expect. So I was thinking maybe we will also be able to analyze USD card, but maybe I'll do that in another video. I don't want this video to be unnecessarily long. So that's it for this video. Thanks for being with me, guys. I'll see you in another video. Bye for now.